Hi, everybody. My name is Jordan Harris, and this is my argument speech about Planned Parenthood and its benefits. Planned Parenthood, sometimes we immediately in our minds go to an abortion. Democratic leading people support it, or Republican people try to demolish it. But it wasn't until recently that I've learned more about all the services Planned Parenthood provides to both men and women. Keeping Planned Parenthood around the country running and accessible to people is super important, and I'm going to explain to you why. So, what is Planned Parenthood? Planned Parenthood is essentially a clinic that offers STD and HIV testing for breast cancer, cervical cancer, and testicular cancer. They offer birth control, well women exams, prenatal care, sterilizations, and they offer condoms and so many other services. Um, so, why would somebody want to go to Planned Parenthood? So, what makes Planned Parenthood different from other clinics is that they do not, you don't need health care to go there, or health insurance to go there. So, of course, a person has to pay for their clinic visit, but they are given an affordable payment plan to help with the cost of the service that they have received. So, some of the background knowledge about Planned Parenthood is the founder, Margaret Sanger. She founded it in 1916. It was the first birth control clinic in Brownsville, Brooklyn. She grew up one of 11 children. Her mother had 7 miscarriages, and by the age of 50, died of tuberculosis. So her mother's death and miscarriages wanted to make her a lot wanted Margaret to instill birth control and have birth control be accessible to other women. The downside of Sanger's belief system was that she believed in eugenics, which is really racist. It was used in Nazi Germany. And the reasons why she really wanted people to have birth control is because she believed that a lot of races and religions should not be able to procreate. But Planned Parenthood actually took the negative side of this and then turned it to a positive. One of their new mission statements is that it believes that all people of every race, religion, gender identity, ability, immigration status, and geography are full of beings with the right to determine their own future and decide without coercion or judgment whether and when they want to have children. So, going off with that, some benefits for Planned Parenthood is, of course, it's affordable and accessible for those who do not have healthcare. The upward cost of healthcare per month for a family is about $1,500, which can be pretty costly. And I know for like one person, it can cost up to a minimum of $450, depending on your insurance plan. It focuses on sexual and reproductive health. Most insurance companies only cover one gynecological visit a year, which is what about the rest of the 11 months of the year? Say if you were to get a urinary tract infection or any other things like that, or you just had to go another time for a gynecological visit. So Planned Parenthood also provides education about abortion, sexually transmitted diseases, and HIV, which is all free to their patients. They have a ton of pamphlets and a ton of people that you can talk to about learning about all these different things. And there are over 600 Parenthoods in the United States. So, just an overview. Um, this is a little chart. This is my first visual. So, Planned Parenthood, uh, their most of their services are STIs, and of course, right up below, only 3% of their resources are devoted to abortion. So 3% of the people that come in are doing abortions. So we're going to talk about the biggest concern of Planned Parenthood is abortion, which is one of the most debated topics in our country. Abortion, I've heard, is not a moral issue. It's more about preventing it before it happens, and this is through education and proper uses of birth control. In a survey, over 1,000 Americans, only 12% reported that they received some sort of sexual education in high school. That means only 12% is educated on how to protect against pregnancies and STDs. And this, of course, varies from state to state. So, not all states teach about uh, preventing pregnancy. Most of them, for their sexual education, promote abstinence, and that's it. So, just some demographics of people who do get abortions. 20% black non-Hispanics are 27% more likely to get abortions than their white counterparts. 60% of abortion patients are in their 20s, and then 59% have had previous births. Abortions are usually performed in 8 to 12 weeks, which are relatively early. A woman's pregnancy lasts for 40 weeks. Um, and this is a little chart about um, just when abortions are performed uh, per whatever. So only like 1 to 3% are performed past 21 weeks, and 21 weeks is usually when you find out is your anatomy scan for pregnancy, and that is when you find out usually the gender of your child. So only 1.3% are terminated to that extent. So people usually don't wait long, and then the largest chunk is 80 weeks or below, which is 65%. So, Planned Parenthood is dedicated to educating men and women and the LGBTQ community about their sexual health, and say this very publicly in their mission statement. And there's of course the common misconception that Planned Parenthood is just there to perform abortions. It is only 3% of the people that walk in that actually receive abortions, and then 42 to 45% are for STI testing. So, why basically all this information? Why is it important? 75% of Planned Parenthood patients have an income below the poverty line. So it's, of course, just giving access to healthcare to people who probably cannot afford it and probably who need it. It receives about 60, Planned Parenthood receives about 60 million visits per year. There are both call and text options for teenagers who are curious about sex, family planning, sexually transmitted diseases, and contraceptives. This is also due to lack of education in the public school system. So, Planned Parenthood actually helps students who were not educated through the public school system. And so, what I found was really curious is that states who mandate only teaching about abstinence in their school have the highest teen pregnancy rates, and this includes West Virginia, Arkansas, and Texas, who, as far as that they go about teaching, is just abstinence. So this is a little chart that I have. As you can see, the green states all have the biggest teen pregnancy rates: Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and then I know there's some West Virginia up there. But a lot of these states that are pictured do not educate about preventing pregnancies, they only promote abstinence. So, with all this information being said, um, it is very important that we have resources to help people, especially of lower income areas, receive healthcare. Um, this is all about healthcare. It is not about just abortions. There's a lot of sexual health and awareness for breast cancer, testicular cancer, and a bunch of other things as well. So it is important to keep an open mind about it because, again, it is healthcare. Thank you for listening. Have a great day and bye.